Hi, I'm John Deere. Today we're going to have lots of fun doing 3D embroidery designs. Now we have a variety of 3D design packs online, from 3D flowers, 3D leaves, 3D angels, 3D nativity scenes, and 3D ornaments. And they all require the same basic steps. Now there are two types of stabilizers you can use depending on the designs that you want to embroider. One is a wet and gone stabilizer, and it will literally wash away with water, leaving the organza that we're using to appear transparent. The other is a heat and shrink, and this one, when activated with an iron, will actually shrink up, and when you're talking about doing leaves or flowers, it gives it an even more realistic effect. We're going to be embroidering a 3D ornament, and we want to use 2 layers of organza. So I have my 2 sheets of organza that are here, and they're cut to size to fit within the frame. And I'm also going to use 1 sheet of my wet and gone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer the wet and gone in between the 2 layers of organza. So I'm really sandwiching that stabilizer in between my fabric. Just think of it as an Oreo cookie. You always put the white stuff in the middle. Once I have it in place, I'm going to hoop this item, and I'm going to hoop it as securely as possible within my hoop so that I'm not going to have any puckering of the design while it's stitching out. Now I've done my best to make sure that all 3 pieces of material, organza on both sides and stabilizer in the middle, is hooped securely, and I'm going to just give it a little push in my hoop to make sure that it's going to hold in place. Once that's done, I'm ready to put it on my machine. Now that we have our design loaded into our machine and we've chosen all the appropriate colors, we just have to start the machine and it'll start sewing on the organza with the stabilizer. Now I'm going to make sure that I keep my embroidery design within the hoop, so it's hooped nice and tightly in there. And the reason why is we're going to be using a soldering iron to actually cut out all of these areas. Now I'll give it a little test. I'm just going to push this right onto that organza and stabilizer, and you're going to see that it very quickly burns little holes. And that gives me an idea of how fast I'm going to have to be as I'm moving around this design. So as I start, I'll start and I'll just go very quickly around the edge and start doing it. I don't want to stay in one place too long because I will definitely start to burn the actual thread if I stay in one place too long. Now that we have our ornament cut out, I want to make sure that I also take my soldering iron and I'm going to burn through those little center areas here and just create tiny little holes within each of those 4 points. Once that's done, I could take this now and just quickly wet it underneath some hot water, and that means the stabilizer, the wet and gone, will actually become a little transparent and you'll no longer see any white showing through there. Also, what will happen is it'll remain a little starchy and stiff, so you're able to shape your ornaments. At that point, all I'm going to do is turn it so that the bobbin is facing up, and I can very quickly have all of these points come together, and when they do, I can tie them with a little piece of ribbon, and I'll have a beautiful little ornament that I can actually hang from the tree. And that's another great project. Our 3D designs come in various sizes, and you can see that they're very quick to do because they're low stitch counts. So just have some fun and create a whole tree full of ornaments. Thanks for watching. If you want to make your embroidery life easier, be sure to hit the subscribe button below to be notified of new tips and tricks videos, giveaways, and more. Plus, if you want to try stitching out some of our embroidery designs, click the link in the description below to learn how to download your free Embroidery Legacy Design Kit today.